What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ravi Wadden, and in today's video, I want to show you how you can get up to $6,000 off a new Rivian R1 S or R1T through Rivian's all-electric upgrade offer. So what we'll do in this video, there'll be two parts to this video. In the first part of this video, we'll go to Rivian's website, and we'll kind of go over the all-electric upgrade offer. That's what they call it. We'll go over it in detail. We'll talk about who qualifies for the offer, what vehicles qualify for the offer, and we'll talk about what you need to do to qualify for the offer. And then in the second part of this video, what we'll do is we'll apply that discount to one of the cars in Rivian's inventory, and we'll see how that impacts, or that discount, I should say, how that discount impacts a potential lease purchase or a finance purchase, depending on what you're trying to do. So if that sounds good to you, please be sure to like this video and please be sure to subscribe or follow. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into the computer behind me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on Rivian's website. And as you can see here, we have the all-electric upgrade offer. And as you can see here, you can save up to $6,000 on the Rivian's longest range configurations when you take delivery by March 31st, 2025. So let's go ahead and look at the offer details. Now, the incentives, as you can see, they vary by trim. So a Rivian R1 S or R1T dual with a max battery, you only get $3,000 USD or 4,300 Canadian dollars. I shouldn't say only, it's $3,000. That's a substantial discount. For a dual with the max battery pack and performance upgrade, you get a $4,500 USD rebate or a 6,500 Canadian dollar rebate. And for the tri-motor, with the max battery, that's where you get the max savings of $6,000 USD or 8,600 Canadian. Now, in order to get this discount, you must request a trade-in estimate to qualify for this offer. So you have to have an existing vehicle and you have to request a trade-in offer through Rivian. But trading in your vehicle is not required. So if you own a car, it could be a Toyota Corolla, a Toyota Camry, all you have to do is submit a trade-in estimate through Rivian and you'll get the rebate. Now, as you can see here, qualifying orders must be placed between January 21st and March 31st, and delivery must occur by March 31st, 2025. Now, it's really, really important here to read some more of these terms. So it says, the offer is only for eligible purchasers or lessees of Rivian vehicles who currently own or lease a hybrid or internal combustion engine vehicle. Rivian will provide the discount toward the purchase or lease of a new qualifying Rivian vehicle. So if you don't have an existing internal combustion engine vehicle, like if you only own the Tesla, you will not qualify for this rebate. Another important thing to note here is that this discount, you can only get it if you purchase existing inventory, and it has to be a Rivian with the max battery pack. So as you can see here, it's a dual with a max battery, a dual with a max battery and performance upgrade, and the tri-motor with the max battery. And it has to be an existing inventory vehicle. So as you can see here, it says any custom build, limited or special edition vehicles, demo vehicle, pre-owned vehicle, and all other Rivian configurations, including standard and large configurations, are excluded from this offer. And it says discount will be applied as part of your Rivian new vehicle transaction, and discount is applied to the MSRP of the order, and discount applies to leasing, financing, or cash purchase. So that's pretty much the Rivian all-electric upgrade offer in a nutshell. It has to be one of the Rivians with the max battery pack. It has to be from existing inventory, and you have to own a hybrid or internal combustion engine vehicle to qualify for the up to $6,000 rebate. Now, in this part of the video, let's talk about what kind of deal you can get with this discount applied to a lease or a finance of a new Rivian R1 S. Okay, so here we have existing inventory Rivian R1 S's, and for purposes of this video, I'm going to do this white R1 S dual. It has a 410 mile range, a 665 horsepower dual motor all-wheel drive motor, and it has the performance upgrade, and the MSRP on this car is $100,150, as you can see right here. So if we go back to the all-electric upgrade offer, you'll see that this car would qualify for a $4,500 US dollar rebate. So let's go ahead and configure this car. Now, if we were to lease this car, it says with $9,120 due at signing, my monthly payment would be $1,225, and that's with 10,000 miles a year on a 36-month lease, assuming excellent credit. Now, the cool thing with Rivian, what you can do now is you can hit this toggle button right here that says include taxes and fees. And I live in Seattle, where the taxes and fees are some of the highest in the country. So let's go ahead and turn this on. And as you can see here, the total due at signing jumps to $11,617, and the monthly payment goes to $1,355 a month. Now, if you're debating whether you should lease or buy this car, I personally think that you should lease this car, and here's the reason why. When you lease this car, I don't know if you guys can see this, but here in the fine print, you'll get the $7,500 EV tax credit. Now, when you finance this car, you will not get that $7,500 EV tax credit. Additionally, when you lease this car, you are not responsible for the depreciation. What I mean is you're taking depreciation risk off the table. So you know what your monthly payment's going to be. You know what your depreciation is going to be. So you will never fall into a situation where 3 to 4 years from now you go to trade in your Rivian and you're $20,000, $30,000 in negative equity or upside down, assuming you put a minimal amount down. So I think this car will depreciate at a more rapid rate than what the lease price is or what the lease monthly payment is. So essentially, you're getting a subsidized Rivian R1S if you lease this particular car. But let's go ahead and run my 1.25% rule of leasing on this Rivian R1S. Now, anytime you run this equation and you get a number over 1.5%, that's typically not a good lease deal. If you get a number under 1.5%, that's a good lease deal. Under 1.25% is a great lease deal, and under 1% is an amazing lease deal. And this is talking about an amazing lease deal in terms of value, because remember, two $100,000 cars can have very different monthly payments. So one can have, with $3,000 down, could have a monthly payment of $1,700 a month, and one could have a monthly payment of $900 a month with the same $3,000 down. Now, obviously, that $900 a month car represents a much better value, and that's what I try to really communicate with this 1.25% rule of leasing. So what we'll do is we'll take the $11,617 that's due at signing, and we'll subtract the $1,355, which is a monthly payment, from that amount, since it's included in the due at signing amount, and that gives us $10,262. And then we'll divide this by 36, since this is a 36-month lease. And that breaks that due at signing amount into 36 equal parts, and it gives us $285. Now what I'll do is I'll add the monthly payment of $1,355 back in, and that gives me an effective monthly payment of $1,640 a month. So when you roll in all taxes, fees, registration into the monthly payment, your zero down monthly payment would be $1,640. If you multiply this number by 36, that would be your total out-of-pocket cost for this lease. But what I'm going to do is take this effective monthly payment and divide it by the MSRP. You can see it here in the bottom right corner. It's kind of faded out, but it's $100,150. And we'll multiply this by 100 to make it a percentage, and that gives you 1.63%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is over 1.5%, so this Rivian doesn't really, I wouldn't really call it an excellent lease deal in terms of value, but when you compare it to if you were to finance this car, so let's look at the loan, and we're doing $11,617 due at signing. So if we do a loan on this car, 72 months, with the same 11,000, roughly, well, that's taxes and fees, down payment, let's see, can we do a zero here? So with $0 down, your taxes and fees, actually, let's just make this an 11,000. I think it's going to factor it into it. $11,000 down payment. Let's make it kind of similar to what the lease is. You can see that your monthly payment is going to be $1,739 a month. So first of all, you're not going to get the $7,500 EV tax credit. And secondly, your out-of-pocket cost over 36 months is going to be much higher, and then you're on the hook for any negative equity 2, 3, 4 years down the line. And remember, if you lease this car, you can still buy it at the end of the lease term. Like if you feel like, hey, I put all this money into this lease, I just want to buy this car now, regardless of if you have negative equity or not, you can do that with a lease, right? You're pretty much buying an options contract, and that's why I really like leasing this particular car. Now, if we run this 1.25% rule of leasing on this car, factoring in the discount, let's go do that. So the discount is $4,500, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and bust out the calculator. Let's refresh and reset this bad boy. We'll take the same $11,617 that's due at signing. We'll subtract $4,500 from that amount, which is the rebate amount. And then we'll subtract the monthly payment of $1,355 from this amount. Divide this by 36 since it's a 36-month lease, and add the monthly payment of $1,355 back in. And now we get an effective monthly payment slightly lower of $1,515 a month. And when we divide this by the MSRP, which is $100,150, we multiply this by 100. We're sitting at 1.51%. So as you can see here in terms of value, the $4,500 rebate from the all-electric upgrade offer makes this a much better lease deal in terms of value. So if you're interested in leasing or buying a Rivian R1S or R1T right now, I think it's a no-brainer, especially if you own or lease a internal combustion engine vehicle or a hybrid vehicle, to really look at these max battery pack Rivian R1Ss and R1Ts, because you can save, up to $6,000, which is a substantial savings. But if you have any other questions about leasing, and if you have any questions about this Rivian lease, let me know in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. But with that, I'm going to call it a video. Thank you all for watching. Financial knowledge is power. Please like and follow for more.